Hey everyone, so people have been blacking out their chrome trim for a long time now, and a couple of years ago I decided to do the same thing, and I think it looks fantastic. Okay, so I blacked out pretty much all the chrome on the car here in one way or another, whether I used vinyl wrap or in this case I used dip. All right, and as a matter of fact, it looks so good that Tesla decided in 2020 to change all their cars to black out this chrome too. So, actually so much for me being unique, but anyway, it looks good.
We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badge.
So there's a couple different ways of blacking out your chrome trim. One is to use PlastiDip, or better, HyperDip, which is what I did. The other is to use like a vinyl wrap or something like that. Again, I decided to go with HyperDip, and I'd recommend it too. I'm going to show you how I did it and show you how easy it was. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I did the badges here and the license plate. Then in my next video, I'm going to show you how I did all the way around here, mirrors, and around there. That's another video because it was more difficult, okay? Not crazy more difficult, but it was more difficult. Yeah, so actually it's been almost 2 years now, and really no issues with this at all. This stuff has held up really well. Okay, step one. Not too complicated. Wash your car, clean everything really well. Get some alcohol. Get a microfiber cloth and clean it really, really well. If you don't have any fingernails, get one of those spudger tools. Get all around there in all the little cracks and crevices around all the edges. If it's not clean, this dip stuff is not going to stick. For the license plate frame, it's better to just take it off the car. I actually don't even show how to do it in this video, but hey, guess what? You cleaned it off really well and you spray it. Okay, it's not that complicated. Next, get some tape. Painter's tape works best. And what you're going to see that's kind of amazing with this dip stuff is you don't need to tape all that close to whatever you're spraying. All you got to do is leave like a 1/2 inch, quarter-inch gap all the way around. And well, you'll see, but you're just going to peel it off when you're done. But anyway, just tape around it like this and leave the outside edges open or off the car a little bit. And then you're going to put a bunch of newspaper around there. All right, when you're covering, they say with this stuff that you don't have to worry about overspray, which is true. You don't have to worry that much about it because it will clean off of the car. You're either going to rub it off with your finger or you're going to take some alcohol and just clean it off the car. It's really not that big of a deal. However, if you get the stuff all over your car where you don't want it, it's kind of a lot of cleanup. So I just found it easier to get the newspaper and completely cover everything so that I don't have to deal with it later. Okay, time to spray the car. I usually spray off to the side a little bit just to make sure the nozzle is clean and I know what the spray pattern is. So the first couple coats are very light. I probably went too heavy here. Luckily it didn't cause any issues, but you put a super light coat down, wait 5 minutes, then second coat, same thing, super light coat, wait another 5 minutes. After that, you're going to do some pretty quick passes, definitely heavier than the first two. Just get everything wet, wait 5 minutes. You do this like 5 or more times, using a slightly different angle each time you come across. This way you kind of hit anything that's on the top or the sides or the bottom. When you take the tape and everything off, just go slowly. And when you have these little stringers kind of off to the side, you also have to be careful. I tried using, again, some plastic tool or something like that. You know, you want to grab something like a screwdriver, but then you risk scratching the paint. You know, that's the only problem with it. So I'll show you what I used here, and you know, you might find something that that'll work equally as well for you. Just yeah, don't scratch the badge. What makes this easier is when you have 5 or 6 coats on it. The thicker the coat is, the easier it will be to peel off. If you don't have a lot of coats on there, it won't stick together and it doesn't peel as well. Also, if you notice, I never did take the spray out from the top of the A and from inside the R, and in dual and in motor. I just couldn't find anything that I thought was thin enough to get in there well. So I just ended up leaving it. I just didn't want to take the chance. All right, so that's it for the badges. I hope this gave you enough confidence to be able to do this yourself, all right? And the badges are a great place to start, to learn, and I hope my video showed you mistakes. I made a couple, I don't know, seemed like pretty big mistakes, but it didn't matter. But those mistakes will matter when you try to do this trim here. So whenever you get to these areas, you know, larger areas like this, if you're not spraying properly, if the temperature isn't right, your first and second coats are too thick, it will create problems here. So please learn from my mistake and stick around for part 2, okay? That's coming up soon, and I'll show you how to do all of this here. What gets tricky are these mirrors, okay? These mirrors don't stay in one spot, they move, if you haven't noticed. So yeah, stick around. Please like and subscribe.